Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of First Levels. In this episode we have a little bit of a theme going on, and in this first game we're going to be playing Rad Racer. Now this was a Nintendo Entertainment System game released by Square back in, I guess it was a long ass time ago, I can't remember the year. You would have seen it on the screen a minute ago. Now this is oh look at that, you can do this in 3D, and that was something that Square did a long time ago. They had released a number of games at the time where they thought that people really wanted the ability to hit this little button and turn everything into 3D. And by 3D I mean using the red and blue glasses that for some reason were popular back in some decade that's long past. In reality, it wasn't really the easiest thing to do. Play the game, that is. It didn't look that good, and it was kind of a gimmick that deserved to die. Interesting to note, and this is the nature of the theme of this episode, is that this game was produced by Hiroru Sakaguchi, the guy that is most famously known for producing the Final Fantasy series. Now, this game actually predated the Final Fantasy series by 1 or 2 years, and this was something that he had done after this game was kind of a failure on the market, and you can see why. It is kind of a piece of shit. He had gone and decided that he was either gonna go and produce one more game, and if it wasn't successful, then he was going to leave the game industry. So Final Fantasy was the result, and that's where the final in the name came from. Despite the fact that there have been like 14 freaking named titles in the series so far, with a 15th to come. But here's what's so maddening about it. What you gotta do is you start on one end and you gotta race all the way to the end. Now you have a certain amount of time limit to reach the different checkpoints, and I've run out of time here, that's why I'm slowing down. And as I was slowing down, I passed another checkpoint, so I got to keep going. Now in reality, the driving mechanics are not terribly difficult. You just brake on turns. As long as you remember the brake on turns, you will be fine. But the problem comes from the other cars, these freaking Volkswagen Beetle-looking things that are racing along with you. These guys drive like lunatics. They will merge into your lane like, without any sort of notice. Will just sort of do it whether you're there or not. It's insane. Which can see. Look at that shit. Look at that. Did you see that? That's retarded. We're about to run out of time and lose. We weren't moving, we're not going to coast down. But as long as you're coasting while you run out of time, we weren't really all that far away from the next checkpoint. Next game, Marble Madness, created by Milton Bradley, Tengen, who the hell knows. The person who produced this game was Mark Cerny, who is best known, I guess, nowadays for being the system architect for the PlayStation 4, and he's been on E3 and conducted a whole bunch of interviews regarding that thing. But this was the first game he produced, and it's an awesome one. Oh man, this game was so cool back in the day. But the level's short, so we gotta move on. Raid on Bungling Bay, produced by some company I've never heard of. Long ass time ago. Now this, like Marble Madness, is an NES port of the original game, which was made for some other system. Now, the important person that was behind this one was Will Wright, who is best known for the SimCity series. Now, if you bring up something like The Sims instead of SimCity, then your opinion is not valid to me. But this was actually the game that inspired his desire to make the game SimCity, because while what's going on here is we are going around and bombing these factories, and the idea is we bomb the factories to prevent them from producing more weapons. You manage to destroy all the factories, we win the level, or if we don't, the factories stay active, they build more and more advanced weapons, and eventually kick our asses. The idea behind this, though, was the thing that inspired him to make SimCity was while designing the islands and the bases that you're going to go and bomb, he had created sort of like an editor program to easily slap these things together. He ended up enjoying playing with the editor more than he did enjoy actually playing the game. So what he went and did is said, like, hey, maybe I should make a game out of building something rather than destroying something, and the game SimCity was the result. Other than that, I don't really think this is that great of a game. This is the NES port. I never played the original one, which I think may have been on some sort of an Atari arcade board. But we're just going to fly around, we're going to go shoot things, and you're going to notice an effect of them building more and more advanced weapons because I haven't destroyed their factories quick enough. In a few seconds, a bunch of fighter jets are going to appear and kick the shit out of me. Boom! Destroy it! Ah, there we go. Jeez. Had I started moving quick enough, I probably could have taken these guys down. But nope. I punked out and got blown up. And that is the end of the third game, and is the end of the episode. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.